Now, I don't know how that would work in team control, and then other teams might try to like keep you on the bench if your team's not doing well.
Yeah, I just
and
see
you don't
want
to play.
I could see too, like a player like tanking, like in his free, like it would be more beneficial to tank in your free agent year. You have someone signing you, and then you just blow up, and now they're pissed off. It's like, damn, I got to pay you all this money.
Yeah, so
I want to sign you to begin with.
It's like what do you do? But it's like that's one reality where you would pay them based off of what they did. I don't know.
Just every single year is an arbitration year for every single player.
Right. Then good. Yeah, that would be real fun. My God, could you see MLB trade rumors trying to project all those?
Do some work. God, you guys sit there and do nothing.
All right, let's get into some questions. We asked Twitter this morning. Give us some questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
Nothing is happening.
Have them answered immediately.
This was before the Bannister signing, though, so or the hiring. I
yeah,
guess.
Which is funny, right? Yeah. So like we're going another week with nothing to talk about, and then we're handed a gift last night and today.
Right. So we got a lot of questions here. So I don't know. We'll just kind of take them. I don't know. Take them as is.
I guess let's just go down the list. I have the tweet up, so if you want me to ask them all.
Yeah, well, I have them too, but yeah, go ahead. You can start.
Oh, okay. All right, well, the first one is from none other than Kayla Mae Frazier. Guess what her question is, Ryan?
Does it have to do with Adam Frazier?
Oh, good job. So on a scale of from 1 to 100, how excited are you for Adam Frazier this season?
Bucko Mike responds and says 2.5, maybe 3. Come on.
Maybe 3, right?
Come
maybe
on, Bucko
3.
Mike. I think she responded like 199 or Craig.
No, someone said.
Craig said that, I think.
Yeah, someone was like, you would be on a 199, right? She's like, no, 226. 199's for amateurs. It was something like that.
So 1 to 100, huh?
Yeah, I guess. How excited are you for Adam Frazier?
I'd say like a 70, 75. I mean, look, we're two of the biggest Adam Frazier fans, I believe, around. Besides, not near Kayla's level. But yeah, I let Frazier. Look, he can hit. We know this. I think he's going to have opportunities in the outfield, second base. I mean, he's basically the backup center fielder right now. I mean, is that crazy to think about?
Kind of, but not really.
I guess,
like when you look at the team, like who else would it be?
Dickerson didn't play any center last year, did he?
No, but he was a Gold Glover in left field. So
he was, and I guess you had Polanco to move over there.
He was a Gold Glover in the other
even kind of laughable at center. But I don't think Chisenhall is going to roll over there. I don't know.
Doesn't say. He's not really even healthy right now. I'm not going to bank on him. I'm not going to say he's the backup at this point because he's not even playing.
He's
not even the starter in right field. I think the backup in center.
I think at this point Frazier is the backup at center, but I think he's going to get opportunities to play.
What about Eric Gonzalez?
I guess. But shit, he might be our starting shortstop.
Well, yeah.
So
Adam Frazier's our starting second baseman.
Well, there you go. So anyway, I'm about a 70 to 75 excited for Adam Frazier. I think this is the year maybe he gets a kind of a full season worth of at bats, and we can see and shut David up even more.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Like for me to answer this question, I guess it's kind of weird. 'Cause I don't know. Like I can't say like, oh, I'm excited for Adam Frazier this year. And it's not because I don't like him. I don't know. I guess it's kind of weird. Like I'm not excited, I guess, for the player. And I've seen him, you know what I mean? It's not like Mitch Keller's coming up. I'm excited to see Mitch Keller, see what he can do. Or of course, when Juan Soto came up last year. I guess I kind of know. I guess maybe like it's like you said, like a 70-ish. It's like
don't
I can't say
my
like,
number.
oh my God, I'm just gushing with excitement that he's. It's like yeah, it's Adam Frazier. He's here. I hope he does well. I think he can. So I guess okay, I'll take it away. I'll go 60.
You go 69.
60, yeah, 69.
Nice. All right. I'll ask the next one here. So Joshua Travis at Mad Dog 219 asked, "What channel does the Steelers play next week?" Yeah, probably NFL Network because that would be where an old game replay would be.
Yeah, the reruns, right?
Yep.
The replay.
Yep, because they ain't on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
By the way, like speaking of the Steelers in this week, in our boy Filippone, does he just got to sit on there? It's like Filippone. Not only does he have horrible predictions and bad takes, he's that guy that just like hasn't watched football like any other games besides the Steelers probably all year. He watches like one playoff game and he sees one player make a good play, and he's like, oh, Steelers missed a boat on this guy. They could have had him instead of that bum Burns, and they could have been in the playoffs. And instead, we're watching Lamar Jackson and the Ravens not even get a first down. It's like, come on, are we going to do this the whole postseason? I can't take these people.
Basically.
I can't do it.
What about all the teams that passed up on AB? All the other teams that passed up on Ben?
Right. I'm
over all that.
Like,
oh my God, this team passed up on this player they could have had. I mean, you can go that in every organization about every single player, just about.
The Steelers,
it's
the
like
Steelers
whatever.
should be the Colts. The Colts have a Hall of Fame quarterback. They have a running game. They have a young defense. They have a good coach. They should be the Colts. It's like, F you. What have the Colts won in the past 20 years? I mean, come on. I'm tired of these
What if
people.
that Hall of Fame quarterback he's talking about didn't come back healthy at all?
Right.
I mean, they definitely had that risk.
Yeah, so it's just second guessing on everything. It's like, get lost, dude.
Right. But I would love to see what he said about the Colts at the beginning of the year, and then also when they were 1-5.
Right. Or like the last
Right.
6 years when they did.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're in the same situation that everyone else was, but now you're all holier and mightier and smarter because you saw what happened and are able to, then analyze it.
Because they had a good
Anyways.
first quarter against the Texans.
I don't
like,
care
get out
about
of here.
the game like you.
Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, let's move on. Oh God.
Is this Ethan's?
Ethan?
This is bizarre.
Shout out to Ethan, former guest Ethan.
Yeah.
Maybe permanently.
We might be
former
keeping
guest.
it former guest with these questions.
What's scarier, a spider-sized clown or a clown-sized spider?
So I had to read this a couple times. Freaking Fritz! Because it's very strange. I mean, look, clowns don't.
He said he saw it on a TV show that ended like in 3 episodes, which I still don't know.
Sounds about right.
Someone from Twilight,
Look,
I guess, was on it, which I never saw.
I'm not like clowns don't freak me out like some people. I know some people are like, oh, a clown, whatever. So I mean, I guess seeing a small sized clown would be kind of freaky. I mean, seeing a small sized person, period, would probably be freaky. But I mean, it's got to be the spider sized clown, right?
Well, I agree because I'm with you. Like, I'm not scared of clowns either, but also I'm not like scared of spiders. If I see a spider, I mean, because my one friend, like, I mean, he's probably as close to like deathly afraid of them as you could probably be.
Okay.
I'm not that person,
Right.
But if I saw a spider as big as me, I'm
Right.
I'm pooping my pants.
Right. I'm like, what is this? Some Jumanji crap going on? I'm getting the
Right.
heck out of here. Yeah.
But on the other side, if I saw a spider-sized clown, I would probably want to play. Like, I would be excited. I'd be intrigued.
Yeah, but I feel like you could like
You know,
step
like,
on them, and that would be.
You would laugh at it and like, wow, this is really cool. And like, you're just messing with this little spider-sized clown. I think that would be fun. It's like a real life Polly Pocket.
There you go. Yeah, and that we took way too entirely long on that question.
All right, moving on. You're next, Ryan.
All right, Ryan Miller asks. By the way, shout out to Ryan Miller and Ruga. Isn't that his podcasting partner now?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Ruga has started a podcast. So, don't listen to it because we're better. But Ryan
Hot take.
Ryan asks, good question here. Should the Pirates keep Jacob Stallings? In my opinion, he's a solid defender and has an okay bat. And knowing Cervelli, we are going to need a solid third catcher. Now, I kind of looked at this like, why wouldn't we keep Stallings? But you informed me that Stallings is indeed out of options, which is like crazy to me, because I feel like we've only seen Stallings like kind of in the majors for a couple years. But
Yeah, but he's also like 33.
is he that old?
Just joking.
I was going to sound like he ain't.
but-
He is 28. Yeah, he's been up 3 years. So it makes sense. So he is out of options. I don't know. You want to start with this one?
Well, I'll put it this way. I definitely get his side of it. Knowing Cervelli, we're going to need a third catcher, and we probably will. But what's more important? When, I'm not going to say if, but when Cervelli goes down, that we have Stallings there? Or having, Stallings around on the bench all season long? Think about that. The bench isn't... You have a limited amount of people on the bench, and 2 of it's going to be Diaz and Stallings? And you already have Eric Gonzalez on this team? I just don't see keeping him. Unless, of course, a Cervelli trade were to happen and you roll a Diaz and then Stallings. What he says about Stallings, I agree with. But is that more valuable for that insurance? Like, does that outweigh that risk, right? Talk about risk and reward here. Do you hold on to him because of the risk of Cervelli going down, or do you let him go because then you have Stallings and Diaz on your bench all season long? I just can't see that happening.
Now, this is why you trade Cervelli for Ross Stripling.
There you go. Among other reasons that we might get to.
Right. But so I see it this way. Like, I don't want to lose Stallings either. And this is that roster, the inevitable roster crunch and everything. You pretty much, even if you don't trade Cervelli, he's got 1 year left. You're going to lose him next year. So then you'd be down. Basically, you have Diaz. Now, it's a backup catcher. I don't think it's, you can find those. But, Donardo, the positional flexibility, I think, lends a hand to where you could roll with 3 catchers. And I'm not saying the whole year, but you roll with them at least to start, and maybe an injury happens, Cervelli and everything. Maybe an injury happens, or maybe, something else happens, a trade, whatever, and you could roll with it. Doesn't have to be all year, but you could start that way. Look, so right now, let's say the Pirates roll with 12 pitchers. They got the 5 starters, 7 in the bullpen. That leaves 13 position players.
I guess that makes sense.
Hang on.
Yeah, you probably aren't going to need them at first.
So you got 13 position players.
Rotation.
So you got 5 on the bench. So Diaz, Stallings would be on the bench. Now let's just assume right now that second base and shortstop are, Newman and either a free agent or Newman or Kramer or whatever at second. The bench, you have Frazier, who can play second, can play short. He's going to be your outfield, your 4th outfielder. And then you have Gonzalez, who's pretty much can play anywhere. He's your middle infield. He's the pretty much anywhere he can play outfield. And then you have Gung. Maybe we'll see Gung in the outfield. Maybe we'll see Moran at first. We'll also probably see Cervelli spell Bell at first a little bit. So it's possible. Like I could see them rolling with 3 catchers for a while. I don't necessarily say all season. Plus, who's Cervelli's not going to stay healthy all season. I mean, it's like a given. So I could see them.
So that's why you trade them.
Well, exactly. Well, I'm saying, trust me, you and I would both be down for the Stripling deal if it was still on the table. I don't know if it is, or if Parada just made that up, which is a possibility too. But I could see this with the flexibility they have, and we know they love it, that they could roll with this.
I still don't see it. I still don't.
I mean, it makes sense
because
it's a possibility.
Who's on this bench, Ryan? I mean, let's say Moran's starting.
I just gave you
obviously,
Frazier,
so Gung's on the
and
bench.
Gung.
As it stands right now, Frazier's starting second base, Gonzalez is starting shortstop, which means Newman, Gung, Diaz.
Well, that's why you should.
Stallings.
No, that's why you should sign a shortstop. Kramer's your second baseman. Frazier's your utility everywhere.
This bench is trash. It is trash.
Well, look? Okay, so let's say we get rid of Stallings. Okay, so we have Diaz, Frazier, Gonzalez, and Gung. Who's the other 2 guys you're going to put in that? The only 2 guys that really make sense are Pablo Reyes and Ozuna.
Oh, give me Reyes.
I mean, Reyes is definitely a possibility, but I mean, you can roll with.
Put it this way:
you got 3 guys that can play the outfield.
You have to get someone else. You have to get someone else in the middle of the field. But regardless, I mean, this is exactly why I just don't see it.
But even if you get
this bench is going to be so weak, and that's one thing that you could say about the Pirates last year. The one thing they didn't have for so long was depth. We look at the bench last year; it was a solid bench. Ryan, you're depleting that this year. I mean, you keep Stallings. You already have Eric Gonzalez.
I don't think it is depleted though. You have power coming off the bat, coming off the bench in Gung. You hope.
Hold up. You hope you have power.
Well,
that's what we're coming into.
Right.
You hope.
Well, you signed him back, so you better be expecting something. Now let's say they go and sign Iglesias or Galvis, so he's your shortstop.
Yeah.
So Gonzalez is on the bench or at second or whatever. So Gonzalez is your utility; he can play everywhere, and Frazier's your other guy. Or Frazier starts at second, and you have Kramer on the bench, but Kramer's going to play, and Frazier's going to play all over.
Well, I guess like you're saying. Well, I mean, yeah, like Polanco comes back, then Chisenhall's on the bench. Like, you're going to have this. He's going to be gone at some point.
But when's Polanco coming back? Like, it might end up being
So now, well, Gung's hopeful, but now we'll come to Polanco, and it's
Well, you're the one that you brought up Polanco, but I'm saying if Polanco doesn't come back to June or July, you have 3 months where who knows? Diaz could be down, Cervelli could be out for months. Who knows?
Maybe there you go. Maybe that's when Cervelli's injured. So
right, one of these guys could get injured.